Hi, and welcome to the next letter in Leadership A to Z. And this week we are on the letter K. K in my list here is for kind. And again, as some of these have been a little surprising, I think this one might be a little surprising for you as well. So let's dive in and look at what I mean by why a leader should be kind, why kindness is one of the attributes that I think are important for leadership. Kindness really goes back to some of the things that I've been saying about professional empathy, about understanding where people are. I talked about fairness back on F. It is about, again, understanding who people are, but it is also about understanding that there's an old saying, you catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. And as kind of gross as that is, the fact is that we do things, we want to please people, we want to do things well for a leader when they are kind versus when they crack the whip or are mean or bullies or whatever. There are, unfortunately, a sadly large, I'm going to say large, number of leaders out there who, probably because of their own sense of insecurity and fear of losing control, are not kind, are bullies. I have a colleague whose whole business is built around the need for greater civility. She uses that word, which I would say is not that dissimilar from kindness, but greater civility in the workplace. And she is a recognized expert on anti-bullying practices in the workplace, which, again, the fact that we even need to have corporate policies, organizational policies, and even federal or state laws and regulations around bullying. I mean, we're adults here, right? So what is up with that? And can we bring more kindness into the workplace, not in the sense of letting anyone get away with anything or do things badly or not do things, but in the sense of we don't need to crack the whip over people. We don't need to be unkind. And if we do, or if we feel like we do, then I think there's an opportunity to first look at ourselves. What is going on internally in us that makes us feel like we need to do that? Because, as I have said repeatedly in this, and will probably continue to say, self-awareness is a key attribute. But then also to look at whether the individual that we feel like we have to beat up in some way, verbally, obviously, hopefully, I mean, clearly not physically, is a right fit for the position they're in or the organization itself. So that is the letter K for this week, kind. And my invitation to you is to look at where you can bring, either by your influence or by your specific actions, more kindness into your workplace and into your role as a leader.